Hi, I'm Peter Sidwell and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful pasta dish, cacio e pepe. It's quick, simple and delicious. Right, time to make this absolutely delicious pasta dish. It is super simple. It has got a weird name that makes these two giggle, and it's called cacio e pepe. All it is Parmesan or Pecorino, whichever you prefer, and pepper. And that's it with pasta. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic and a bit of butter today just for richness and deliciousness, but that is pretty much it. So, pan of salted boiling water, and it's important that you salt it. Needs to be as
salty as seawater.
See, these two listen to me. Needs to be as salty as seawater. That's your first layer of seasoning, okay? Now, got some pasta here. So I'm going 250 grams, which is a good double portion, I think. Okay, get that in. Don't snap it. Just let it sink into the hot water. Let it boil. It's going to take at least 9 minutes. Now, sometimes this is really good Italian pasta. Sometimes it takes slightly longer, okay? But if you're just using everyday supermarket spaghetti, 9 minutes, absolute max, okay? Right, peppercorns, okay? The pepe in the recipe is peppercorns, all right? And use whole peppercorns, all right? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna warm them up before we grind them by hand, okay? So nice, fresh, because when you warm up peppercorns, okay, they really do come to life because they kind of sit in a little tub in the cupboard for weeks, if not months, and they kind of just sit there a bit dormant. Whereas if you warm them up and then we're going to crush them by hand, they just become so much more fragrant, okay?
Can you use just milled pepper if you like it?
You can, but like I think when you're making something as simple as this, like, it's got to be good. Everything that you're cooking, like good Parmesan, good pasta, your peppercorns need to be lively and fiery and warm, because that's what's going to bring this. That's kind of what makes it from one level to the next. It'll be fine, but if you mill it, it becomes more of a powder. You probably want cracked pepper, which is just like little bits. So all we're going to do is just get these warm first. Honestly, when I grind them, you will smell pepper straight away. It really does make a difference. Right, so they've literally just toasted for 20 seconds. So I'm just going to pop those in my pestle and mortar. And then I'm going to put this pan back on because I'm going to use that. So just grind. Right, because we have grinded those. Right, just smell that. Honestly, there's like a perfume to it. It's not just pure heat, it becomes more fragrant and more lively. It's like, right, I can smell that. It's ready to go. Oh, there we go. So now we have got our peppercorns. Let's just leave those to one side. Okay, so I want some olive oil. Right, a little bit of olive oil in my pan. And then a bit of garlic. It's not traditional. I like it. It's my recipe. Everything's better with garlic in it, isn't it, Emily?
Yep.
Exactly. Right. So let's just get a spoon and just start to warm that through. And I'm going to add a little bit of butter, because everything's better with butter in too. No, not too much. That's fine. All I'm trying to do is build like a basis for an emulsion, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a sec. So, get a ladle. So, can we have a look in this pasta here? Do you see all this sort of like white sort of foam that you get, we're going to steal that. You want a full ladle full. But what I tend to do is just sort of skim around and make sure I steal the starch. So the starch that comes out of the pasta, so you can see that's like really cloudy, that has got starch, it's got salt in it and the water. That is the secret to this cacio pepe, okay? Okay, so I'm going to put plenty of my pepper in, okay? There we go. Let's just move that about. And then just leave it on a nice low heat, okay? Now, our first lot of cheese is going into the pasta water, okay?
A bit like melting.
Yeah, it's just going to amalgamate it in. And then once everything hits the pan with the pasta, it'll all come together beautifully. And it's like a really lovely, creamy pasta dish without adding cream. Because if you add cream, the Italians go mad. And I get it, because it doesn't need it. Okay? And they're already going mad because I've added garlic and butter in it. But hey, what are you going to do?
So did they not add butter into?
No, they would just add... Traditional cacio pepe is just pepper, olive oil, pasta, Parmesan cheese, or Pecorino, I think, traditionally. And that's it.
Wow.
That is it. But that kind of typifies Italian food because it's so simple, isn't it? It requires, you know, like high-quality raw ingredients. So you can see now, look, the cheese is nearly melted into there. We're ready to go. So this butter... In fact, I am going to steal a bit more of this because I can see some of the good stuff. So just steal that pasta water and then pop it in. And what you're doing is you're just now creating an emulsion, okay, of fat and water. And that starch will just kind of bind them together and make it creamy and lovely. Right, so you can see all the cheese is pretty much melted in that pasta water now. Let's just get this in, pour it in, and let it mix together with the pepper and the butter. That is pretty much our sauce, okay? So as that warms up, that cheese will finally melt. All we need to do not get a colander out, okay? Just lift your pasta and pop it in. It wants to be just al dente because we're going to finish cooking it in this sauce. And because it's just al dente, it means that it's going to kind of soak up some of the flavour from the sauce, okay? So let's just get this out of the way. And now we can start to stir this together. And quite quickly, the pasta will thicken this sauce, okay? Looks good. Right now, if you want the recipe for this, make sure you go to petersidwell.com, sign up for the newsletter, and we will send you the recipe straight to your inbox, okay? That's where we put all our recipes these days, straight in the newsletter. So really stir it round. Give it a couple of minutes. Let that pasta do its job. Okay, I'm going to hit it with some more Parmesan cheese because... Let's face it, by the time it gets in that bowl, I'm going to put more cheese on it anyway, so I might as well do it now. Okay? These fine graters are brilliant because you think, oh my God, I've put so much cheese on that. And you haven't. You've still got loads more cheese to go. Okay. Right, I need to just test this and make sure it's delicious. I do need to just test it and make sure it's good. I wouldn't want you to try it not tested. Oh, yeah. It always amazes me how good these dishes taste when there's so few ingredients. Look. Can you see there? Look how creamy that sauce has gone. Yeah? We've got cream in there. And that pepper is just there, letting you know that it's got that warmth about it. I think this dish is brilliant in the summer, but it's also great in the winter. It's actually from Rome, this dish, traditionally. So you would normally use pecorino on it. But I tell you what, it is absolutely delicious, whether you've got Parmesan or pecorino. And then, as I said, we're going to put more cheese on it anyway. Just finish it. There you go. That's how you make my version, not the Italians, my version of cacio e pepe.